everyone, and welcome to Etcetera with the Woodards. I'm your host for the evening, Craig Woodard Sr. Joined with me is my co-host, Deontay Cooley. DC, thanks for joining me tonight, man.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure to be here on the show with you, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time to come out, man. This is episode 36. We are rolling through it, man. And look, man, it's day 88. And just the other day, we had a special podcast, and people were telling me I sounded like Megatron for some reason. The audio was all jacked up because you told me, you told me at the beginning, but I tried to make it through. Yours sounded good. Mine sounded just horrible, man. So what we're going to do, because we got nothing but time, we're going to do a little recap since we had some audio issues. We're going to start off with what we talked about a little bit on the last show and then get into some other things. Last show, we had started talking about the finance meeting that the county had back on September 18th. And there was a video that was live, and there were some fireworks kind of that we saw there. And then we're going to move into the Erie County Council meeting that we had last week as well, where you spoke. Take me back to the video of the finance meeting. What did you see? What was your concerns? And let's just kind of walk through that again, since we didn't have the opportunity with the audio on the last show.
So interestingly enough, like it was an exchange on Facebook to where I guess I got some a little bit more clarity on that. But as far as like, man, I can't
Is that your dinging or mine?
that's me. That's my I gotta get this connected. But yeah, no, so when I was watching the video, from what I saw, they pretty much like, so it was a finance meeting, they discussed the finances of the Erie Council and what they're gonna do, so on and so forth. I've never really paid attention to one of those before. So somebody has sent me the link and was like, yo, I think you should watch this. So I'm like, all right, cool. No, at first I'm like, I really don't like watching those things because I feel like that's a way for them to not, speak to us directly. I want to have a conversation where we can have some type of dialogue. Like, I really don't care what they say. Come speak to me. So he's like, yeah, no, I think you should check it out. So I watched. He told me the time frame to watch it and everything. So I check it out and I'm watching it and I'm listening to it. When I hear, like when they mention, okay, we're gonna pass a resolution, or we was brainstorming the resolution and we came up with a draft for a resolution to give to them. They kept saying them. They said, there was a couple times where it was said he, and I don't know if they were insinuating that he was me. Like I didn't write no ordinance or what I mean, so or resolution like that. Like that's never been what I've asked for. So they like, okay, well, let's just read the draft. Let's just check it out. And this is one thing that was said that like, so Rock is the finance chair. He like, we out of order, and he was like, and Dre was like, and I'm asked that we allow. So that was cool. That was perfect. They got that pretty much approved, it passed or whatever.
Right.
And so they continued on with the conversation. So as they read my fault, man.
That's okay. You good.
As they read the resolution, it was pretty much like, well, what we'll do is we'll acknowledge the fact that somebody was shot and killed by saying Marcello's name at the beginning. You know what I mean? Then, and I'm just breaking it down as far as like, again, how I was saying the other day, like to be the interpreter, like Luther style. So we're gonna acknowledge the fact that yes, Marcello Woodard was shot and killed. This was a tragedy. We work here. We control policy. We control budget. This is not our job. This doesn't happen on this floor. If it went to the second floor, that's where you'll get justice within the courthouse. And it was even said that we don't know. We know that they can't do anything. So it was like they sent the resolution. We not agreeing to that. I'm not doing that. But we can meet the low bar and give them what they asked for, which was they want affirmation that Marcello was shot and killed, but we aren't. So the solicitor, like, whoa, wait, why are we making this statement? Why are we? So the finance meeting, the conversation that took place at the finance meeting was what I spoke about at the county council meeting. I just kind of wrapped it up in the 3 minutes as far as like what I heard. and I wrote down quotes of what he said. I don't have my notebook down with me, but I wrote down the quotes of what he said that made, like alarmed him. And he was
Right.
saying like this resolution doesn't say anything. Like this statement is not even about Marcello. Why are we gonna make a statement about Marcello if it's not about Marcello? They explained what it meant, and he was like, but none of that is stated in that statement. Like you guys
Right.
don't mention any of those things. So again, he was like, I can't offer you guys any like, any what's the word I'm looking for? He was like, I don't know how to tell you guys how to proceed with that pretty much. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Because it's not saying anything. Who are we saying it for? And then he was even saying, like, what about the other side? Because if you make this a precedent, justice still needs to be served. In a nutshell, he's gonna deserve due process. Like, it ain't like take him out, shooting, gunning down. He's like, so if we take a stance on one side, what does that say to the other side? Now, that's what he's advised. I can't advise on this because the statement is saying nothing. So you know what I mean? And as a solicitor, regardless of what we think of him, like that was his job to do those things, to ask those questions, to be able to make sure that I can advise you on these things. Now, this is just my interpretation of it. You know what I mean? So as he's asking these questions, you can see it's a Zoom call, so you can see everybody's face as they're reading the statement. So then Jim Minarski, like, yeah, like what is this? And then the other lady, Amy Showerman, I think her name is. I'm not 100% sure. But she was like, yeah. So then it was like, we're not going to put this on the agenda because it might get some no votes. And it's like, well, would anybody vote no to it? Like, are we asking for justice? So then what they did was they put people on the spot to make a decision and say yay or nay. But mind you, nobody seen it, the resolution, except for Rock and Andre, who were writing it, and whoever they were drafting it up with. And then the one that they received, they said only, I believe, 3 of them seen it. So then it was like, oh, well, look at theirs. And they was like, we'll go get copies of it, and we'll get a copies to everybody. So during the finance meeting, it was like, we'll do something. And the solicitor who was the representative, he's like, we agree from the beginning we're not going to speak to this as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? So they pretty much was like trying to make everybody agree to say Justice Facello at the top of a paper, or not even Justice Facello. Marcello Woodard was shot and killed, at the top of the paper.
Right.
Justice for all. We don't do this. We don't do that. This is what we do. This is what we do. Wait your time. You know what I mean? Because again, there is due process. Trust the law. This is what it's saying in layman's term, but as they wrote it out, long words to make it seem as though it was really speaking to something. And it was a bunch of, I guess, I don't want to call it even legal jargon. I guess like political jargon or affirming. Let's call it that. We'll use the word that was used.
Right.
Like, what they're saying, they want affirmation. This is the low bar that has been set. We can meet them there. And again, the solicitor is like, yo, from what I saw, it looked like the probation officer is guilty, but I can't say that. And I said that even when I was on the stage. Like, I want to make sure I keep saying that because by no means was he making a statement and saying he's guilty. He did not make that statement because he finished it with, I can't say that.
That's right.
We have to wait. We don't know much, so we need to not speak on this like we said at the beginning.
Right.
Because another letter was sent, and the solicitor responded to the letter that was sent the first time. And then people felt insulted, like, wow, it's a slap in the face. Like the solicitor, why we only got to talk to the attorney? So it was different people asking for different things, but a conversation about a town hall meeting was asked, and this was prior to Cello being shot and killed. And then, but even when you think about the finance meeting, when they were saying we don't want to set a precedent, they already set a precedent.
Right.
When ICE came to Erie and they were picking up people or doing the searches or whatever, and they were detaining people, it was like, oh my goodness, we need to do something about this. Let's inform the community. Let's talk to the community about what's going on in here. Let's let them know how bad it is for these people once they get detained. Let's let people know how. Listen, like I went to the town hall meeting. Right. Like it was a beautiful exchange of very, very sad and unfortunate information. And then they had the attorney. There's an attorney in Erie who's like the attorney for the immigrant and the migrant community. Like, and I'm trying to speak as respectfully as I possibly can of, backgrounds of people.
Right.
But they had this meeting, and it was like People asking questions, getting information. People, oh, I've never been treated like that in my life. You mean to tell me these people have to worry about the police just stopping them, and frisking them, and taking them? And I'm just listening to this like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate, but sounds pretty freaking familiar if you ask me. You know what I mean? As far as like being worried about what the police gonna do to you. So, but there was a lot of people who don't look like us who were very interested and intrigued and asking, what can they do to help?
Right.
So they already set a precedent that when there's an oppressed population of people, we'll speak to or we'll address this. And it was 3 people in the room because they said if it was more than 3, then it would be more or less considered like a meeting, or they would be on behalf of the county council.
Like
So we never asked I never asked the whole county council to come out and do something. What we asked for is that same respect, that a respect of people who may have been from here and may not. We know for a fact they weren't born and raised in Erie, Pennsylvania. I was, Marcello was.
Right.
We're asking for the same respect as people who were born and raised and bred in Erie, as people who may or may have not been from Erie, and how we can help them or assist them or educate them. So that was one thing I was asked for. So when you say a low bar, I'm like, yo, how is not coming and speaking to your constituents in a manner of 3 people not a medium bar? Like, we ain't asking nobody to make an arrest. We didn't ask them to, come out here and change the laws. Like, we want to know, what can we do? What should we hear? What should we be talking to? What's going on? Like, can y'all help us? And it's like, reach out to your friends, share about it on social media. Like, do what we're doing. If you're concerned as an individual who serves as a member of county council. And I'm not sure what's so hard about people not understanding that message, as far as we're not coming up there and saying we want the whole county council to agree with it. We want you as people, as human beings, as residents of Erie County who care about human life, to figure out a way to help us, and y'all can group up to where it's not a quorum, it's not an official meeting, and pull some of your friends in and pull some of your powers in and speak to us and talk to us and let us know what we can do, what we can't do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what services and supports are available for our needs. Because clearly, for somebody to feel like they can come into that specific neighborhood, not even think, for somebody to come into that specific neighborhood and that specific district in the city that's been ranked, shoot, kill a man, not get handcuffs put on him, he didn't get maced. I know. He didn't get tased. He didn't get beat up. He didn't get thrown and stuffed in no car. None of that. For him, in his mind, to think that behavior is okay, and then to follow up with the actions or the lack of actions that took place, for that to be okay, is a problem.
Huge problem.
And it's in this area for a reason. So if you don't see this as a problem to where the 3 of y'all or 3 out of 7 can get together, and then y'all can rotate it, and then y'all discuss it and offer the research. Like, this is not okay. Think about what young people do. And it's not even, again, it's not a race thing. Because it's a white man who shot a black man. So even if it might feel like white people feel like they can shoot black people, or black people feel like they need to shoot white people, because, so we ain't gonna make it a race thing. It's like, how can't you, as an elected official, show concern for human life outside of wanting to write a resolution that is going to be in a public record one time? That was one course of action. There was no fault. There's no, what is a follow-up to the resolution? We're going to look into body cameras. Okay, we can look into spaceships. That don't mean we're going to buy them. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when you talk about writing a resolution to show that we care and to show our empathy or to show our sympathy, like, that could mean a multitude of things. That can mean a multitude of things. And the multitude of those things can mean a whole bunch of nothing but jargon. But affirming feelings, jargon. Affirming a murder happened, jargon. And that was insulting. I don't understand how I'm wrong for speaking to that. Or, again, like I said, it was exchange. Like, Brother Andre came on there and he explained himself, and I don't understand. Like, again, this is encouraged of us. Like, we're going to keep asking these questions, but what's so hard about giving us a conversation where we can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a showdown. I only get 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You can't put me in a 3-minute capsule.
Not at all. Now, for me as a viewer from down here in Tampa, I'm looking at it online. Obviously, they know that this is being recorded and people can access this video. It did not make the agenda. So it was not voted on as far as this resolution. When you got to the Erie County meeting, um, you spoke to this and you named um, kind of exactly what you saw on the video. And the solicitor was sitting right next to you in the video while you're speaking, and you referenced them a number of times. Tell me about that exchange.
Yeah, so when I watched that video going on, so when I watched the video, I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay. I listened to it a couple times, and then I
Yeah.
screen recorded it, and I posted it on Facebook. Posted on Facebook, and I asked people, like, tell me what you heard. Let me know what you heard. So it's different people giving different opinions in the comments, which is cool because it's great for us to be thinking, and it's great for us to be having conversations about this. And again, like I said, this is all we've been asking for. So it's great for us to be able to have some dialogue and have a discussion. So you got people going into conversations in the comments. So then I hopped in and I explained what I thought I heard. And I told people, listen to the solicitor and what he's saying. So then as I listened to him, so I'm like, let me take some. I'm listening with somebody and I'm breaking the joint down. Like I said, I'm doing this joint like ESPN. I'm pausing it. Hold on, let me write this down. I want to make sure I got this verbatim. I don't never take notes for these meetings or nothing like that. Like I can remember a lot of things, but what I never want to do is misquote a person.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That's the last thing that I want to do. I can paraphrase, or you know what I mean? But I wanted to make sure I myself had the ability to quote an attorney.
Yeah.
Who was on record.
Yeah.
Asking questions so he can advise the people he is representing. So boom, I'm like, oh my God, he killing them. Like I would love to see like if they would have been able to answer all those questions. I would have loved to see that play. Like I'm one of those type of people to where like I love to have a diplomatic exchange to where it's like there's no feelings involved. It's intellect, it's education, it's wit, it's like a battle of the minds, I guess.
Battle of the wits.
Oh, yeah, right. So like I'm watching this joint, like this is again, this type of stuff is my sport as far as community engagement and community affairs and doing what's right and making decisions and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I love to solve problems. So I'm just like, ooh, he getting them, writing it down. So then I'm seeing their responses, and then they see it get back to the point to where they want to blame it on the resolution that was sent to them. Well, did you see theirs? And it kind of turned into a why are you asking me? Look at this one. It was like, oh, I'll send it to you. Y'all ain't see it? No, we ain't see it. Oh, well, can we get some copies? The one lady like, oh, I'll print it. Just send it to me now.
Yeah.
So at that point, like, I cut the recording off and I watched it some more though.
Yeah.
I would encourage people to watch it more if they want to hear the other questions, the rest of the stuff that he was asking them and how they broke down the explanation.
Right.
But it was crazy because I'm just like, yeah. So boom, I took all of that into the county council meeting.
Yeah.
And I said everything that I heard him say, and I quoted him, and he sat right there. And like he's kind of hard to read, but you can catch him from time to time.
Right.
I don't know the guy who's sitting next to him though.
Right. I don't know either.
He showed his body language even when he tried to hide it. Like, and I don't know if it's be like cues, because they say them politicians and lawyers and stuff be having them different body language cues or whatever. But it's times where he get them, they do all of that stuff. Like he get them signals or them cues, like so they understood where I was coming from. And then if you could see the faces of the people who were sitting up there as I'm talking to them, like that's another perspective. Like because again, bro, like I didn't come in there with my opinions.
Right.
No, I share my opinions based off the facts that I view, and then understanding that meeting wasn't about that, and watching somebody sit in that meeting and say, "Well, we are out of order," and then somebody else say, "Well, I'm going to ask that we be permitted to do so," and the person who is the chair of the meeting continues to read the letter. It's like, okay, this is okay for us to do. Right. I don't look at that like a bad thing. We can bend the rules when it's possible. So there are times, you understand what I'm saying, when I guess you can ask, hey, can we be out of order for a second here? And you can ask the chair, hey, is it okay? Or we're out of order, but can you allow us to do so? And they say yes. So they showed us, right? Check this out, bro. And I don't think a lot of people understood that part either or picked up on that either. They showed us within a meeting that they're willing to host a special meeting about pressing community issues.
Right.
We've been asking for a special meeting in the beginning.
Yeah.
About pressing. We cited and quoted. You understand what I'm saying? And then we had different people sharing it on social media like, yo, this is what we asked for. This is the document. Like, we asked for a special meeting. Right. They pretty much said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not. But when it was to their interest, because at the beginning it was like, oh, we've been catching fastballs. You know what I mean? Oh, they've been coming down here hot and fast on us. They've been coming to these meetings like we got to do something.
Yep.
So then it showed, okay, now it's okay to have a special meeting. Now we could just pause everything for a second and ask the chairperson, hey, we out of order, but we think that this is something pressing.
Right.
I'm gonna ask that we may continue, and then we continue. And then even while you're continuing to do so, you hijack the meeting and your solicitor, your attorney is advising you. No, there's a point in time in that video where he says, and this is paraphrased, not quoted, he said, we have to be careful of what we say because people take our words differently. They mean more.
Right.
We agreed to not touch this until end of the investigation.
Yep.
As an attorney, he's supposed to take that stance. And then he even stepped outside of himself as an attorney and he said, hey man, I didn't see all, but from what I did see, it looked like dude guilty, but I can't say that.
Yep.
But we did say he wasn't gonna touch this. But the thing about it is, it's like they made it public record.
Right.
And they put all their means on social media now. And I don't think it's starting to seem like, from what I'm learning, is some of our elected officials don't either understand that they're being recorded, or they don't respect the fact that they're being recorded and this information can be brought back to their attention, because then they get upset about you telling them what you heard them say and your thoughts on it. So as opposed to, you calling me out, or because then it was the vote for me to be on the Erie County Housing. You know what I mean? It was a vote for them. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? So but like when I was watching the video and I was speaking at the meeting, like these are the things that I heard that was on a public record that they showed. They can have a special meeting during a different meeting to talk about pressure issues in the community, and everybody doesn't have to agree to that, but they still can push forward and talk it, even when the solicitor says, hey, stop.
Yeah.
Different. He said, we're different. Our words mean more.
Yeah.
If we say it, people are going to hold us to it. This is public record. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is public record. This is public information, guys. We should not be having this meeting here. And then he said, I didn't see that. And they admitted. Only 2 or 3 of us saying, I don't remember exactly the number. I can go back and watch it to see. But they even admitted, everybody here didn't see this, but we want y'all to just vote on it. Just take our word for it. Like, because we just always agree on everything, y'all.
Right. And you told them they can't never agree unanimously on anything. You know what I mean?
My name came up, and what they do?
6 to 1, right?
Still couldn't get a 7-0.
Still
you understand what I'm saying? Like, still couldn't get a 7-0.
So you were
correct. It's like when you talk about what you hear and what you see, and you base it off factual information, like, and it's public knowledge and it's documented official information.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain to me that I'm wrong. Explain to the people.
That was the one thing for me is that was public record. It still is, and you can see it. And I'm like, how do you have this type of conversation recorded and it? I mean, that was just like, wow, this is crazy, man. And then you got the meeting, a week later.
That's how real it's getting, though. Like, even that, like, when you think about some of our electeds, like, when I say, like, putting a foot in their mouth, like, I guess this is, I don't know if you can say with all due respect when you say that, but, like, if you pay attention to some social media stuff, like, you can literally see our elected officials putting a foot in their mouth, and then you can see them being baited by people you do know and people you don't know. Like, I've watched, you know what I mean? Like, you see people in the comment sections where you get screenshots, and it's like, yo, look who liked this post but ain't like this post. Look who commented here but ain't commented here. Look who's going to be at this event but wasn't at our event. Look who's going to. So it's like, they don't even, I'm not sure if they don't realize it or they simply just don't care.
Right.
When you pay attention to like what's going on around the city, and you pay attention to the social medias, and you pay attention to the different events, and you know what I mean, you pay attention to what's going on, it's people who see all of that and they asking questions about it and they sending out information about it to where it's like, you can see who's really down, who's really involved, who's really active. You can see who is doing certain things for sure. You can see again. So it'd be like, yo, why is it that our city council person can speak about this, but not that? Why is it that, a person, the county executive can speak about this, but not that. Why is it that the mayor can show up for this and not that? You know what I mean? Like, and it's people who like, bro, it's the information that comes to me and the messages that come to me,
Mm.
it'd be crazy because it'd be just like it's a lot of information, and you see it and be like, wow, that's pretty interesting. And that's pretty
Right.
You got to keep a level head and keep your cool, because at the end of the day, we're still working to get justice for Marcello. But it's been a lot of different sidetracking and distracting information that will easily throw people off and mislead and misguide people, or even turn people away when you see that it's unattractive. It becomes unattractive. It becomes offensive. It becomes insulting to the point to where it gets to a point to where it's just like downright disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, big day yesterday down Paris Square area downtown.
Oh yeah.
My cousin Michael, our cousin Michael Woodard, put together a wonderful march, unity of the community, and brought, man, tons of people, different walks of life, all together for justice for Cello. You and Malcolm represented the Justice for Cello Coalition and got a chance to speak on stage. There were some elected officials out there. I know you mentioned that. I want to let you kind of take control here. Talk about what your message was to the people. Talk about what Malcolm said, and he's been consistent through this entire process. And some of those elected officials that were in attendance, who were they, and what did you think about their appearance?
Right. So I mean, first and foremost, man, like, yeah, Michael, that was a beautiful thing, man. Like, huge shout out to Michael, for putting that on. You know what I mean? It was going on Facebook. They was all on the billboards. They was passing out flyers. They was going to schools, churches. Like Michael, you know what I mean, and everybody over there, whoever he working with or whatever is going on, like they did amazing work, and I was glad to be a part of that. Like he reached out to me weeks ago about it and let me know what's going on and asked me if I would be willing to come. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm inviting everybody." You know what I mean? Like anybody, you know, like this, we need to make this a thing. Like it's unity and community at this point. He like, bro, I'm about to like. He told me he was going to do all the things that he was doing before he did them. Like, I'm finna go to these churches. I'm finna go to these colleges. Like, and it was him doing it. Like he was like, "It's me. I'm here at Mercier's. It's me. I'm here at Gannon. I'm here at St. Mark's. I'm here." And he was putting on. He got the billboards. He like, I got the motorcycle. He had a motorcycle gang. I mean, not a gang. Excuse me. I know they don't like. With all due respect, he had a motorcycle club.
Yes.
He had a motorcycle club come in attendance, like for unity in the community. Like it was people who lit. Like I'm passing out voter registration joints to people who would just, people hang out in that park. There's different populations of people or communities like who hang out in the park. It was, the crew was down there, so it was just like. And he went hard about that, So, man, first and foremost, before we even get into the conversation about that, like, Michael definitely, man, he put on for that joint. He put in work, and he's still going. He might be somewhere right now. I tried to reach out to him. I know earlier they was passing out food and stuff, but, most definitely. And, like, so that was first and foremost. I got there late, though. So, it's kind of like a funny story. I'll give him permission to talk about it. Kind of a funny story why I got there late. I go to the gym. So I went to the gym, and I get to the gym, I'm wrapping my workout, and a friend of mine, she was working out, and she ended up hurting herself. She smashed some weight on her hand, and she needed to go to the urgent care. So I rushed her to the urgent care, and she like, "Can you take me out here?" So I sat back with her. So we was there till like 11:15. So I get back to the gym, like, I have my stuff to shower, but my shower and miss it. So, boom, I just go in my gym clothes. That's why I was dressed like that. And then I parked in front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
And as I was pulling up, I seen people was already at the Jones. So I'm like, oh wow, I missed the march. They must have got down there. So I missed the whole walk down State Street portion of it.
Right.
I see some, people on Facebook. I seen the reels and the clips, you know what I mean, and all of that stuff. So that was dope. And then when I got there, I ran, boom, 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 boom. Right. So I get to the park, come dinner. So as soon as I get there, Malcolm was up there talking, and Michael seen me.
Okay.
He came down. Yo, good to see you. I want you to go after Abdullah.
Yes.
All right, bet. Because I told him on the phone, like, I'm down here. I got you. I'm gonna speak on the mic or whatever. So I hear Malcolm on there. He pretty much like telling people like, yo, we need y'all back. We need people to start coming down here. It should be more people at this, down here in this park right now.
Yep.
He pointing at the buildings, city council meeting when we down there, county. We don't care what you do. We don't care if you go up there and you cry for 3 minutes. We don't care if you go up there and just say justice. We need more people down, just like the people who were there for this. He was like, and it needs to be more people doing this. Like, why ain't everybody here? So like at that point, you know what I mean? When Malcolm was on, Malcolm was speaking on why he was doing this. Like, I'm here for justice for Cello. I've been here since day one. I jumped off the porch since day one. You know what I mean? I'm out here. I ain't going nowhere. Nobody gonna stop me. It was wrong. He giving the story of Cello. You know what I mean? On July 2nd, was killed by his probation officer. You know what I mean? And we've been at it ever since. So you know what I mean? And I can't sum up I don't want to try to sum up what Malcolm says. But Malcolm speak from the heart, man, and he meant everything. He was like, he was going, and me and Malcolm talk probably every day. Malcolm really don't like to do all of that talking unless he has to. You know what I mean? Because Malcolm don't play, man. Like, I will say that, man. Malcolm ain't one of them. You don't play with Malcolm, and Malcolm ain't gonna play with you. You know what I mean? So when he talk, you gotta listen, because he really don't be wanting to talk to. He like, I'm about action. Like, when it's time to move, we move. But in the meantime, like, I'll let y'all do the cameras and the social media and all of that, So, but yeah, so Malcolm, like, he was holding the drone down. I'm listening, like, okay, Malcolm, he let loose. Like, this with me and Malcolm, we talking about, like, he get this. It got to the point where I seen Malcolm, like, you seen him, like, ooh, yeah, like, let him loose. So, Malcolm did his thing, and he talked about, again, more people being there. More people should have been there. More people need to be at those meetings. It don't matter how you feel about, what, like, come speak up. It's wrong. He said he has, I believe, 5 sons. This could be my sons. He pointing out people. This could be your son. Boom. So Malcolm just letting it be what it is. Like, how he felt about it, how he been working towards it, how he ain't going nowhere. Like, so yeah. So then Abdullah came up there. After followed that, like, so Abdullah came up there and he did his piece too, and he was just talking about how we've been seeking justice and it's unfair and we shouldn't have to wait this long. And he dating it back and comparing it to different situations. So like, yeah, so you got Malcolm, and then I went up there after that.
Right.
So when I went up there, like, I'm just like, I said what I said for real. Like, it's crazy that they don't understand what justice means.
Right.
Like, you look around the park, bro, it was, when I tell you, like, diversity.
Yeah.
Like, you seen diversity in the crowd. You know what I mean? You seen people who could walk, who couldn't walk.
Yep.
You seen people who had homes and who was homeless. You seen people who had jobs and who was unemployed. You seen people of the church, and you seen people in the streets. Like, again, like you said, you meant elected officials. You know what I mean? Like, it was school board. Like, it was Angie Imatangelo. She's on the school board. She was there.
Okay.
Michael Keys, I believe he's about to run for county council. I think he running, man. Yeah. He was there. Kevin Pestevka, he was there. Andre Horton, he was there.
Yep.
Mr. T, of course, Mr. T was there. I know he ain't running again, but he ran as well. He was there. And then Tina Hyotis, she sent her husband out there, so he was out there with his shirt on, repping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then, like I said, you had a motorcycle club out there.
Yep.
You had it was a young lady, Savannah. She came up there and grabbed a microphone, man. She set that joint on fire. She was there. Of course, Shamir, Shamel, their mother was there. Snowy was there. Shateria there. Like, it was like, again, man. Like I said, it was people of all walks of life, all communities, all whatever you want to. Susanna Faulkner was there. I think she was on a bike. Her and somebody else. Chelsea Oliver from the Jefferson Education. She was there.
Okay.
Dang, man. I hope I ain't leaving nobody else. Mind you, I came late too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ran here and I got on the stage and then I came back down off the stage. So
yes,
that's not to take anything away from anybody, but I do know I named all the elected officials who was there because I definitely had my eye on that. And Andre was definitely out there. Like, Drake always gonna show up, and I know he knows. When we had our exchange on Facebook, like, that ain't bother him, and it didn't bother me. Like, I seen him shook his hand, we had the same greeting, the same, like. So Dre, like, that wasn't to discredit him. Like, he said that. I don't know if it was just like, I'm gonna do my thing, what I gotta do, but I know Dre know me. He be like, That was more or less like that's just a 1 out of 1,000 that you did right. That I was just like, oh man, bro, that probably wasn't the best one, but it's all love. And I
Right.
could be wrong, which is why I love him to where we can have that. Him and I can have that exchange.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I gotta say. Like Dre ain't scared of me, Dre ain't intimidated by me or nothing. He know
Right.
where I'm coming from, and vice versa. So,
Yep.
and that's what we asking for. So, and everybody know that how I feel about Andre. So that ain't even nothing that I gotta,
Explain.
yeah, it's all love with Dre. Like me and Andre got a relationship. Like I done called this man, cried on the phone, like I need help, bro. Like I talked me off the ledge, and I'm glad you called me, reached out to me, and here, this how I can help you. So, and he know that. I'm just explaining this for the people, for anybody that feel like, I mean, if they read it and felt like, and I know I don't have to clear his name up, and he told me that, like, hey, if you want something you want to say to me, you can say it to my face, but it's just on the strength of me being a man and letting people know and understand that, like, yeah, no,
relationships are important.
Dre showing up regardless. He don't
Yeah.
care. He gonna show. And you might not like what he got to say when he come, but he gonna be there. I will
Dre's
say
real.
that, but you know about that. But yeah, so it was a powerful moment. Then you had Michael. I don't know how to say this guy's last name, and I don't want to mess it up. Then you had Joe, who was there. You know, Joe, who always got his flag and his stick, and he was out there with like a boot on. Like he's serious. Like I will say that. Like Joe is serious about human rights, about civil rights. Like those guys are serious. So yeah, it was great, man. It was that it was great for real. So it was good to see the people come together and gather. And I do believe that the message is like we need to continue. And that was some of the things that I was speaking to. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to feel like you can talk like me or Michael or Terry or Malcolm or Jerry or Shmel or Shamir. Or we don't want anybody to think that you have to come up there and speak a certain way. There are certain, of course, you can't be up there and being vulgar. But there's certain words that you can't use. But what we want more people coming and just saying, these are my concerns and why I want to see change in Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Like they said, Marcello Woodard was the catalyst for justice in Erie. So we're not going to let his name go in vain. So if anybody got a gripe with Erie, then let's go let these people know, because we all might collectively have the same issues, and it might be an opportunity to correct some of those issues if we all are speaking on them and to them, and that is a place to go. It's public. We see how we caught them. Well, I ain't gonna say we see how I caught them in on a public record, recorded. Like, I can go back, cuz, and be like, no, that's not what I said. This is exactly what I said on September 12th at hour 1, 15 and 23 seconds. That's where I start. And you go from there, and that's what we want people to understand. Come down here and say what you got to say.
Man. And that's what we want, man. We want that. You know, even if people, get up on the mic and say, I'm down here to represent justice for Cello. That's it. That's all you want to say? That's all we need. Like, Malcolm talked about social media and people putting the hashtag of justice for Cello, and it's going all over the place. And that's something that we've been accustomed to. That's something that we do every day. I look forward to doing that. Now, what I really look forward to is some answers and, a termination and an arrest and an indictment. I'm looking forward to that stuff, right? But for right now, I want to make sure people know what's on my mind, and Cello's on my mind. So justice for Cello, today's day 88. Tomorrow's going to be day 89. And so, people need to just talk about it, man, and go up and show your support. We have another protest coming up this Saturday on October 4th. It's going to be where the first one started at. We want everybody to be out there. Everybody and their brother to be out there. We want you to pass the word around. We're going to be sharing it on social media. It's going to be Saturday, October 4th from noon until 2:30 at East 21st Street and Parade Street, right? So there's going to be plenty of parking right down the street there on 21st, right in that lot. Make it huge. Make it huge. Be on the corner there. Make some noise. Be seen. Say something. Show up. We need people to show up. There was people that got like 400 T-shirts that said "Justice for Cello." Where y'all at? Where are these people at? How come they ain't coming to all this stuff that we're doing? I hope these people weren't in it for a free T-shirt. Come on now. We need y'all support. Come on out. Justice for Cello. This is on October 4th, East 21st and Parade Street at noon. Deontay, you gonna be there? You gonna be able to speak and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this was kind of last minute for me. I don't know about speaking. I don't know like what the arrangement is or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But this is what I will say to that, and this is gonna make a lot of people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when you ask people to show up, you have to show up for people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I understand, like, you in Tampa, you can't be here for any of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get involved or to be active. But like, again, it has to stop. You know what I mean? When I say like we gonna be here, we ain't gonna be there, he gonna be there, we ain't gonna be there. Like, it get to a point to where if you have time to be there and you seeking justice for Cello, you need to be screaming justice for Cello whenever it is, and not just when it's convenient for you or when it's comfortable for you. Because and like, again, man, like, to take the gloves off, when I say people send me information and ask me questions, like, people are asking me like, what's going on? Who should I talk to? Who should I speak to? Like, and then it's like, it's so many parts that's moving so fast in so many different places that I've stuck to the justice for Cello. Let's figure out what we can do to make noise. I'm gonna go to these meetings. I'm gonna talk to these electeds and all of that. Like, but like, and again, like, when you say you asking for everybody to be there, like, it's been times where, like, cause it's splitting. You know what I mean? When you say everybody be there.
Yeah.
Whoever is, you got, you know what I mean? You got people doing different things in different places, which is all fantastic.
Yep.
But if we could be all doing things in the places when we can, or if we can't, at least making mention of it, because like you said, social media is important.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it's going to work, and that's how it's going to be. And it's getting to the point, like, again, when you say, when I'm going down here and you go to these meetings and you asking these officials to help us get justice, we also have to take a look at ourselves and understand what justice looks like for us as individuals, because you see people who are just being spiteful, and you see people being vindictive, or you see people being like corny about it. And it's like, I've said this a couple of different times to where, like, why do we have to be, or why does anybody want to be the loudest justice getter or the biggest, like, again, because, like, this is what it is. How does it make sense that there's a Justice for Cello coalition and a Justice for Cello movement, and there's no collaboration of, or no togetherness is, when it's really supposed to, and on an intimate level? Like, and I don't mean like for show. Like, I'm just, again, I'm coming from my heart with this, and I don't care who dislikes it, or I don't care who likes it, because when I'm coming up, like, and I said that we on episode 36, we didn't say this on episode 24 or something, like, to the point to where it was going in the comments. It's like, yo, like, cut it out. Like, there's no organized or organization of anything. We are a bunch of individual people who are seeking justice for Marcello Woodard, who was shot and killed on this day. And I think, or I'm not going to think, based on what I've seen, based on what I've heard, based on what I've been told, the quote-unquote organizations are pushing some people away. Now, there's a strong nucleus of each person or each individual or whatever we're going to call it, to where no matter what, we rock it. And then there's a tighter nucleus of people who going to be like, yo, whenever there's something about Cello, we going to be there. And it seemed like those people are stronger than the people who are calling themselves the head of these organizations, because the true, genuine people are the people who are showing up to everything every time they can with no excuse. Like, it's some ladies who show up. Sister Cynthia Muhammad, like, she come to every meeting and she don't speak, but she sit in the background because she's forced. She don't care what it is. She called me today like, yo, what's up with Michael? What's up with you? Like, y'all need to talk. Y'all need to figure this out. Like, and I'm gonna say her name because, yes, her reputation is strong and she got every right to ask these questions. So when you have somebody of her level reaching out to me like, yo, what's going on, to get to a point to where somebody got to say something, like, if you can't be there, be there. And if you can't be there, that's okay. But you ain't got to say nothing about nobody, period. And it don't got to look like it's looking like a competition, cuz. And I'm going to be wherever I can be, whenever I can be. I know for a fact what I have on my calendar is these city, county council meetings, you know what I mean, to make sure I'm there, and some of these other public forums. I don't got time to be doing pop-ups. And again, that's just me. But I love to see it, and everybody need to be there. But like I said, it's a nucleus of people who are just rocking and rolling, and they getting to the point to where they're being confused. And we need to start looking at the people who are confusing them. And we need to start, when we talking about justice, like we being, and this is like, oh, I was reading the Bible and I went to church today. When we talk about the book of Nehemiah, like it's crazy. Like this is God. This is all God. I mean, I'm not gonna get too holy or too spiritual, because I know sometimes you lose people or that rub people the wrong way. When it gets to the point to where people within people are starting to tear one another apart, it's like, yo, we gotta pause for a second.
Yeah.
Because there are some people who are strictly justice for Cello. I don't care which way it come out, who said it, how it said, I'm gonna be there. Right. We need to allow those people to continue to charge and push forward. And for the separation or the split, that needs to be a sit down, lock the door, have a conversation. We gonna figure out what it is, because at the end of the day, everybody's coming for the same things and everybody's doing the same things. But I don't want my name or my face to be continue to be attached to no messiness or no division or no confusion. Because at the end of the day, I'm out here trying to get justice for Marcello Woodard by the means that I feel are necessary. And I don't want to be clumped up or clustered up into no mess or no BS. So the mess and the BS need to be sorted and situated out. And that needs to be the pause while the nucleus continues to move forward, and understand that the train still has to move forward. I'm not going to get lost in no mess. I don't want nobody else to get lost in no mess. I said all that to say, yes, I'll be there on Saturday, time allowing, but we all need to start being there, because like it's meeting on Wednesday. I know everybody can't make it on Wednesday. I have some spare time. I can make it to the Wednesday morning meeting, city council meeting. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. If anybody else can make it, make it. If not, I'm going to be there. So I know for a fact that's one thing I'm going to do. I see that Michael and them was up at the store today, and they was passing out, hot dogs and stuff like that. Everybody should have rolled past there, blew the horn, beep, beep, beep.
Got a dog.
Justice for Cello yard signs, and they have picket signs. They was passing them out at the march. I seen them at church. Anybody who can get a sign for their yard needs to get a sign, put it in their yard. Like
they'll be there this Saturday too, I believe.
Yeah, man, it's to the point now to where like, cuz it's justice for Cello. That is it. I don't care about how you feel about who's saying it, who's screaming, as long as they pushing forward. Like, and I don't hate to say this. I need to say this. I needed to say this, because there's so many people sending me messages that maybe they feel they want to say it, should or couldn't, and it's gonna get to the point like, I don't really like to speak in subliminals, but everybody know what I'm talking about, and the people who I'm speaking to know who I'm speaking to. And if you feel in some type of way and you feel like it needs to be individual, we can individually sit down and have these conversations. It could be a text message, it could be a sit down, it could be a phone call, whatever the case may be. But what I will say is, I'm not going to associate my name or anything, my professionalism. You feel me? Cause if you look behind me, like none of that, like with no messy stuff. And I'm not going to stop seeking justice for Marcello Woodard. So therefore, as I'm pushing forward, if anybody gets in the way of justice for Cello, which means justice for all, they need to get out of the way, or they will be removed from the way. And I don't have to do anything but pray to God, and He's going to take care of it for me. This is not a threat, bro. This is not a threat. It's to the point now to where we are. I'm very serious. I'm so serious, and I'm so locked in to where like the BS need to stop, but the train gonna keep moving forward. So, and what's crazy, this is one of the, I don't want to call it crazy, but the most, it is, the craziest thing is, this is the nucleus of group is more women than men.
Yeah.
And a young lady.
Yeah.
If you think about this for a second, bro.
Yeah.
If we, again, like when I say pause.
Yeah.
You think about the people who grab the microphone and speak up and say something, who share the post, who constantly talking, who constantly sharing pictures, who constantly mentioning Cello, who constantly has something to say, bro. It is more women than men.
Yeah.
These ladies are not afraid to go down there and grab this microphone.
Yep.
These ladies is not afraid to share these posts. These ladies is not afraid to call out police. They ain't been afraid to call out the mayor, the county council person. These ladies ain't been afraid. Like I said, Sister Cynthia and her friend coming there. Miss Mabel went on the stage. She's, she ain't afraid. It was some older white lady. The one white lady, she always come to the meetings.
Yep.
She ain't afraid. The one young girl, Chrissy, I believe her name is Chrissy. They be setting up the sign outside the courthouse.
Yep.
The other young girl, she just be outside. She ain't afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Chanel come down there. She got a baby, bro. She be down there.
Yes.
She be feeding her. She be with a notebook. She having her notebook like, and yeah, another thing, you know what I mean? Or one
Turning
time
pages.
Like, she ain't afraid. So I guess like at this point, like when we do the men building men thing, like where is all the fellas at?
Yeah, man. Come on.
That's what's crazy. Now that I'm sitting here, we pause and we think, and then another thing is like the messy stuff is coming majority from the fellas.
I know, and that ain't how we get down.
That ain't how I get down. That ain't how you get down.
No.
But if we had to go off the facts that we've been talking about,
yeah,
these women been keeping. Like I said, when Shamel come sit down,
yep,
I'll be like, I'd be like, charge up. You know what I mean? Like, because I know I definitely got a rep for them because you know what I mean. They hurt. Yep. Like I've never expected them to speak up as much as they did.
Yep.
But like when they come sit down, I'm like, okay, you gotta make sure because. It's only a few men in the room who are willing to stand up and step up and speak. So we got to be on our best for them in those moments when we can.
Right.
For the most part, for anybody who watch it or anybody who be at the meetings or anybody who's paying attention to social media, it's all, well, not all, majority the women of the city of Erie, from Cello sisters. You know what I mean? When I say sisters, I mean, you know how we do sisters. Yeah. You know what I mean? To his cousins, you know what I mean? To Shamel, Shateria, Snowy, Cassie. Like it's just it's a lot of women that's involved. And listen, for any of the
strong women
watching this, who paying attention to this, man, like I love y'all, man, and I appreciate y'all stepping and y'all repping and you know what I mean, and continuing to come to these meetings and speaking and sharing on social media. Like it truly does mean a lot to me. And regardless of what y'all think of or heard of me, like as a man or as an individual, like, listen, man, I truly, truly appreciate the power that these women are bringing, you know, to the movement and, you know what I mean, to us going to these meetings because, like, it's definitely necessary. It's felt. It's needed. It's loved. I appreciate it, man. Like, I tell people all the time, like, my mom raised me, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't much more stronger being on the world than a woman and this is something that I always said personally, but again, cuz if you go back and play the meetings, like, who are the guys that are speaking up and who are the women that are speaking up? And then it's more consistency with the women than the men. Yeah.
Hey, I want to open this up too. I don't know if he is watching or not, but cousin Michael Woodard, if you're watching, shoot me your email address, man. This is the perfect time to have you on the show, man. Come on the podcast with us and rap a taste. Send it to me. Send it to Deontay. I think D is trying to reach out to you right now, man. But we'll be on for a little bit, man. I just need your email address. I'll send you the link, and you can hop on the pod with us, and we can kind of discuss, especially talk about yesterday, man, and what went into putting on the Unity for the Community March. So invitation is open, cuz. Invitation is open. And hey, cuz, I'm excited to talk about this for just a quick second. You mentioned it earlier in the show with me being down here in Tampa. I want to be there physically, but I just can't. And you guys are representing for me, and my way of giving back is through social media and what I'm doing with my platform on the podcast. So I'm trying to do my part. But on October 18th, down here in Tampa, they are having National Protest Day for people that have lost their lives due to police brutality. And I was invited by Deanna Joseph from the Black Lives Matter Grassroots Tampa to speak on behalf of Cello. She wants me to bring his story down here to Tampa in front of everybody. So this is going to be my first protest that I'm going to be able to go to. And I got 5 to 10 minutes that I can speak and bring Cello's story nationwide. It is a historical story. I mean, the first time that this has happened in the state of Pennsylvania and the second time that it has happened in the country. And I'm truly honored to pass this message on down here in Tampa. And finally, I get to feel how y'all feel, man, physically when you guys are up at these city council meetings, man, and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, man, if I could just be there, I would love to say this and that and everything. I finally get my time October 18th, man. So I'm excited about that, man. Really am.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad that you get the opportunity to do that because, again, everybody has a role. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
being from the beginning, like, hey, man, this is tragic. What can I do? How can I help? You know,
Yeah.
you've been sharing this stuff on social media. Then you already had the podcast going. So it's like, okay, let me pivot from what I'm doing. Let me make sure, you know, I bring the noise. And then you got your media connections here. You know what I mean? As far as like you having, like, this is your thing.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, like, that's what people like. I want people to understand. You know what I mean? Like everybody has a thing that they can bring. It doesn't have to be the same thing that everybody brings. And when you know, like they say, many hands make light work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody who's good at doing something, apply it to that, and let's, you know, turn it into something great and for better for everybody. And it doesn't necessarily doesn't just mean taking it to the justice system.
Right.
It doesn't mean just going down here and screaming. It also means looking at your fellow brother and your fellow sister and, you know what I mean, telling them you want justice. And let's figure this out. Like, how can you grow your mind? How can you grow your spirit? How can you grow your heart? You know what I mean? Like, so again, I don't want anybody to think that like I would just go down there to a podium and go that hard at an elected official and won't come at one of my friends like that. You know what I mean? Or, you know, like I have a bro, like I go to the barbershop, bro. I go to the barbershop probably 3 times a week. I don't get cut but twice a month for real. Like, just to kick it with my barber because like that's who sharpens me. Like, bro, keep it real with me. So like when it comes to that, like when we talk about justice, we need to be getting our lives right as well. We need to be able to call one another out, you know what I mean, and hold one another accountable because everybody has a role. So it's like it's great that you being from Erie, working on the news, having the prior history in that, and being connected to Erie and being connected to Cello, still said, well, what can I do all the way down here in Tampa? And was like, aha, here's what I can do. And you've been doing it ever since, cousin. You've been doing it consistently. You know what I mean? And we can't ask much more of you. So it's great that now you have the opportunity to be in Tampa. You know what I mean? Justice for Cello, like you said, you get 5 to 10 minutes to speak. And you've been a part of this journey the entire time to where you can go down there and give a timeline from July 2nd up until October. Everything that has been done because you've been connected. And this is what we want people to be involved for. So then that way, when they have their chance to make it what it can be and bigger, they do. So like, I love you for that. And I appreciate you for that. And nobody can take anything away from you as far as saying like, you haven't done anything or you haven't been doing anything, or even to say you've been doing it wrong, or if I was Craig or if I had a podcast, I would be doing this. It's because like, yo, this never happened. Do it. We're not anybody to where we can say that somebody else can't do something and nobody has to ask us permission.
That's right.
You came forward and said, you know what? This is my role. This is my part. This is my piece. And I'm going to bring it as consistently as I can. And I understand that this is probably taking a toll on your life as well because like, you playing these joints out, you know, you do your research and all of that as well too. So it's like, you ain't just coming on here like, oh, let me clout chase. Like, this ain't easy. You're doing real work to be asking some of these questions, to be watching them videos, like you all the way in Tampa. And you're putting forth your effort to do what you can for your cousin, for your community, for your city, what you love, while also still maintaining your life as a man and as an individual. And that's what we want everybody to understand. You have a role, cuz. So kudos to you for, you know, you keeping us, even with this. Like running this we do this twice a week. There are people who watch regularly and they send out, yo, y'all should mention this. Y'all should talk about that. I heard what you said here. Or I didn't catch it City Hall, but I caught that. So you bring that piece to it and it continues to raise awareness on Cello. And we continue to gain watchers and we continue to gain followers. And it's not for watchers. It's not for callers. It's to raise awareness and keep the name going. So if anybody has tried to discredit you or make you feel like, oh, you doing too much, you all the way down in there, it's not your business, or your ratings, or they're supposed to go up, because we want you, if anybody, to get high ratings because you've been reporting on this since day one. You've been keeping us connected. So if people subscribe, then they subscribe. People like it, they like it. Even if you monetize it, cuz that is what justice looks like, because you've been there from the beginning. So don't let nobody like make it feel bad or look bad. It's like, Everybody has a job to do, and the bigger it can get, the bigger the blessing may come just because we looking to bring justice to it. And you have been a major, 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 major blessing in keeping us connected and keeping us informed. And then even also the other connections and things that you provide that you still have here in the area. A lot of people don't know what you do behind the scenes
They
either.
don't.
You know what I mean? So even
Yeah.
those, you know what I mean? Those connections that you have, like you've played a major role all the way from Tampa, Florida, and us seeking justice for Cello. And as long as we gonna keep doing this and you gonna keep rocking with us, you gonna keep letting us bring the noise on here and keep bringing it up. So yeah, like what you were saying earlier, I hope that Michael has a chance or opportunity to come on here and have a conversation with you, because then I feel like you will also include his following to it, and then they're
Yeah.
going to watch the show, and then more people might reach out to you and say, hey, I have some information, or hey, I'd like to come on the show, I'd like to have a conversation. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing this, even
Yeah.
if it's all three of us or if it's you and somebody else, like whatever the case may be. Like, you got to keep bringing that heat, because it's more people that's going to want to have a conversation and be like, again, even if it's people like, man, y'all was tripping. If y'all, that one week when y'all was talking about this and this and that, like, oh, chime in. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to start leaving the link in the comment section and then just leave people in the waiting room and just kind of like, you know what
Bring
I
them
mean?
in.
And if they get to tripping, you mute them and slide them out, because it's getting to the point now to where we need more people talking. And somebody stopped me in Country Fair and was like, yo, I love what you're doing. Keep speaking up. I can't go to that meeting and talk like how you do, so I'm not gonna come down there. I'm not gonna speak up. But if they, because those, listen, I got calls from Harrisburg about this show. I got a call from DC about things I've said on this show. Baltimore, things I've said on this show. The courthouse,
Yeah.
the church,
Yeah.
the school, the city, the loved ones. So when I tell you people are paying attention, people are paying attention. So for the people who feel like they can't go to the city council meeting and speak, or they can't go to the county council meeting and speak, or they can't get on the news and speak, we might have to start leaving the link in the comment section, because that might also grow some followers. And when you grow the followers, it's going to bring the bigger crowd.
Yeah.
It's going to boost the show, of course. That's just the back end of the important part of Justice for Cello. So as we get more people on here, we're talking and speaking on the show, even if it's just 5 minutes, give somebody a 10-minute segment, or hey, we got a little, we're gonna do a 10-minute segment every show to where we do a Q&A and we get somebody else's perspective. Somebody might be like, yo, watch the show because I'm going on Etcetera tonight. You know what I mean? I get the 9:15 segment, and then they got their people watching, and then they're like, yo, what are they talking about? They talking about Justice for Cello. What are they talking about? Justice for Cello. Oh, she was tripping. But even when people feel like they was tripping, they're now talking about justice for Cello. So now it's in the barbershop. Man, y'all watched Etcetera with the Wooders the other day. They had such crazy stuff on there. What they was talking about, like, man, Craig and Deontay was asking her how they feel about the justice system, and she was all over the place. Oh no, I ain't see it. I gotta tap into it because we want to figure out what's next with Justice for Cello. So that was my long flower shower and what you doing down there in Tampa and allowing me to be a part of it and consistently going on. And we gonna need to expand this, man. But thank you for doing your part from where you at, because there's people who live 2-3 blocks away from me who haven't figured out yet what they can do, and I don't knock them for that. I wish that they would. We about to be 3 months in, so I wish some people would finally figure it out. But you hopped out like, this is what I can add all the way from Tampa, man, and I got y'all until y'all tell me to stop.
Hey, cuz that I really appreciate that. I really, we're on day 88, man, and the day that he was killed on July 2nd, I've been, with it ever since. And I was doing my podcast for a couple months prior to that, and I'm like, man, what can I do from down here? And I'm like, okay, well, the topic is going to be this. I'm talking about my cuz until we get justice. And then you and I linked up and we started clicking, and I'm like, man, DC is the one that's going to be on here. And you done graduated from guest to co-host, man. You my co-host on this show now, man. This is our show now. You know what I mean? So I feel really good about what we do, 2 times a week and bringing different perspectives and having people, come on and watch, having Deanna Chatfield on here, this bright rising star. And what a great idea you have putting the link on in the comments, man. That might be a really good idea. And then we can let the people that are watching and they're blowing up the comment section can come on and say some things that they want. I'd love to have Shamir on here. I mean, I did invite Snowy. I invited Malachi as well. And it might not have been the time for them at that point because it's not, everybody don't do this. You know what I mean? And, public speaking is everyone's greatest fear. I learned that, man, in my communications classes at Mercyhurst University, man. And I aced my public speaking class, man. And if you had public speaking, you'd ace it too. But, a lot of people don't do this. They can't do this. They get nervous. They get clammed up. They have anxiety. And with this being what I do in second nature, and I've been, involved in this in the media and in public speaking for years, man, since I graduated in 1996. I have a passion for it. And then when this turned and it became my family member that, is going down in history in Pennsylvania. And when we looked at the social media in Fresno, California, for the first time that this occurred, when a parole agent shot and killed his parolee, you can't see anything, nothing out there. And I wanted us to be different. Now, of course, hashtag Justice for Cello took over, and we probably got somewhere close to 10,000 posts. By now, it's been a couple of weeks. We had 5,000. We'd be blowing that up every day. But we have a number of podcasts centered around Justice for Cello. And for that to be on record and that to be on YouTube, and if you missed it, you can go back and check it out on YouTube at my YouTube channel, man. We're in it to win it. And when I'm talking about winning, I'm talking about justice. And I really appreciate that because, just like you get, these inboxes and stuff, I get those things too, all the way down here. People, when we look at the public posts on Jet TV, on the 24 and Erie News Now, and you got these folks that live out in the county that try to attribute his death being his fault, and it takes everything that I have not to respond to those things because it takes me off of the main thing. And the main thing is Justice for Cello. Early on, I was responding to every single one of them. You know what I mean?
You said you was responding to all the comments?
Every single one of them. I was just blasting people, man. You ain't going to talk about my cousin like that. How dare you? You must be tripping. But you know what? You can't change everybody's perspective. There's ignorance out there, and ignorance is going to remain. And if I exhaust myself by trying to change somebody that's not willing to be changed, then I'm not focused on Justice for Cello. So I decided to stop, And so, I've said this from the beginning. Malcolm loves this statement. I know you love this statement. My statement is keep the main thing the main thing.
The main thing.
When we get off track, you keep the main thing the main thing. When there's some fuzz going around and some division going around, keep the main thing, and that's Justice for Cello. If we all do that, we all are fighting for the same common cause, regardless of how we get there. You know what I mean? And so for you recognizing that, man, that really, really means a lot to me because sometimes I feel like, damn, man, I'm not pulling my weight. These guys are at these meetings, man. They're at the protests, and Terry and Jerry were at the last protest outside of the brewery the other night, and I was like, I put in the comments, I said, man, I really wish I was with y'all. And then Cuz went on the audio and he said, C. Wood, you are here with us. You've always been here with us. You are here with us, man. And that just made my day. So for you to say that and for them to say that, I just really feel that yes, I have been there.
Absolutely.
1,141, man, I checked this. 1,141 miles away, man.
But you want to know what the most interesting thing about that is just like it might be needed and perfect. You know what I mean? Because you know they say you can't see the forest through the trees.
That's right.
You might be so ingrained in the here that you don't get to look at it from the scope that you look at it to be able to say, okay,
yeah,
I didn't see that. I wasn't a part of that conversation. I didn't see that little there. All I know is you being so far away, you have to keep the main thing the main thing. You kind of like outside power source that's like, hey man, even if y'all get off track, I gotta do this show. Because somebody need to know we seeking justice for Cello. And even if y'all ain't posting it, I wake up every morning, I see you post it. Like, even if ain't nobody gonna do it, I know you gonna do it because you ain't gotta go back and forth with nobody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gotta be like, okay, should I? Like, family, you from Erie, you can keep it going from all. Ain't nobody finna come to your house and be like, hey, Craig, you tripping? Ain't nobody about to call your phone. Ain't nobody finna spit in your food. You know what I mean? None of that. So, like, that perspective and that piece is beautiful because, like, you can just drop bombs from Florida, like,
boom.
Ain't nobody like, wait, what you mean? He got to go to work tomorrow, and his boss gonna be mad because that's his friend he's talking about. Like, where you don't have any friends who you can offend by saying anything. You don't have any coworkers who you can offend because you're talking about their cousin or nothing like that. So it's perfect for you to be right where you are. Because then even when we doing stuff like, you can look at us and be like, yeah, why they say that? Or why Deontay post that? Or why you do that? I would have never done that. You don't know why I may have done it. But you can still be like, even though I don't agree with that, the main thing is the main thing.
Yep.
Justice for Cello. No matter who does, no matter what BS happens, no matter who does anything crazy or anything, we know Craig Woodard Sr. is going to say justice for Cello. He's going to report the information. He's going to interview people who he can interview.
Yep.
He's going to continue to speak and share the posts and share the flyers and all of that. So, right where you, because if you were here, then we would need somebody else outside of here to be doing it.
Absolutely. And maybe I might not be doing the platform that I'm doing right now. I might not be doing that up there. I might be in a whole different capacity and a whole different role. So maybe it was just chosen to be how it is. You know what I mean? And I'm good with that, man. And I appreciate you acknowledging everything that I've put in. It really makes me feel a big part of the team. And as you know, it's hard to feel that way when you're 1,141 miles away, you know. But those comments, man, mean the world to me because I appreciate you and I love you for that. I really do. Yep. So I'm definitely looking forward to October 18th, man, so I can spread the word. 5 to 10 minutes. They said 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna go 10 minutes. If I go 10 minutes, that means I'm gonna go 11 or 12. You know how I do. You know how I do. So I'm going to make sure everybody down here knows about Cello. I'm going to make sure that we can get some T-shirts made and everything. I got one that's being made right now so I could go represent. And I'm going to be wearing my 814 hat as well.
So you got to make sure you get that recorded, man, so we can get that shared all over the internet and all of that. We go, you know?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's going to be a mixed emotions, a good thing, but damn, it's a shame that we got to be here to do this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. One of those types of things. What's next, man? I know you said we got the meeting coming up.
There's again the city council meeting and the county council meetings. Those are always scheduled. So those rotate like clockwork. Then you know I know they got the protest. Oh yeah, I'm glad that so they got the protest as well. And then Chanel had reached out to me today because the Erie Dems are saying they're giving people rides to the polls on election day.
Oh, so nice.
At the park the other day, Mr. T, Taiwan Taylor came down there with a stack of. He keep them joints on him, man. Like he keep them joints on him like the watchtowers, like a Jehovah's Witness. So you know what I mean? Shout out to him. He came with a stack of voter registration papers. Yeah. He was passing them out. You know, so Chanel had seen that. She was like, "Hey, who's doing transportation? Who's providing transportation?" So the Erie Democrats are giving rides. They don't at this point. Mm-hmm. They don't care if you're Democrat or Republican.
They just want you to vote.
Yeah, they just want you to vote. So they want people to register to vote. So again, we're going to continue to encourage people to register to vote. If you're not registered by October 20th, you need to be registered. The general election is November 4th. If you need transportation to the polls, I'm gonna put it in the comments. I think I can from my phone too. But if you need transportation to the polls, there's organizations who are doing that and we need to share this information, and we need to pass it out. And again, I got this, like I said, Chanel been on it, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Chanel make sure she's a trooper. She's a trooper. I'm trying to put this in the comments if I can from my phone. Can
Yeah.
you put this in the comments? No, not on the live. You can't. But yeah, I'll post it. But yeah, so that's next. You know what I mean? We want people city council meeting if you can make it to the city council meeting. County council meeting if you can make it to the county council meeting. If you can make it to the protest or the community gathering on this Saturday on 21st Parade Street, make it there. Craig's going to be on October 18th.
Yep.
Make sure we watch. If you post something or you share something, do that. We're going to rotate the city, the county council meetings. We're also going to be checking ourselves, getting ourselves right as well. Like, pray, exercise. If that's your thing, if it's not your thing, meditate, do some art therapy, do some yoga, do something with yourself in the process of that. Everybody has a job, everybody has a role, but we also need to be making sure we're taking care of ourselves. We also need to be making sure we're taking care of our neighbors. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, justice for Cello is bigger than just an arrest. So we need to be making sure we know who we're around, because there are some people around us who are great for us, and there are also some people around us who aren't so great for us. You know what I mean? We need to be making sure that we're surrounding ourselves with the right people as well. So I know I'll be at the city council. I have plans on being at the city council meeting Wednesday, 9:00. I know there'll be some people there to join me. Register to vote. There are some people who are running for office. There'll be speaking forums though. It won't be town hall meetings, but there'll be opportunities for meet the candidates coming up. Where some of them are fundraisers, some of them are free. There'll be organizations who will have come here. We're gonna have a panel discussion. It's not necessarily a debate, but a Q&A type of thing. There'll be questions that you as a candidate you get prior to coming to the event, so you can prepare yourself. We need to be going to that. We need to be researching our candidates. And Sister Cynthia also told me that we need to be, as a community, coming up with a list of candidates, a fact sheet about the candidates, and spreading that amongst the community as far as who's running,
right,
and what do they stand for, and if or why, or if you're going to vote for them or not. So, pretty much us as a community needs to also endorse candidates like some of these organizations do, like the unions. They'll endorse it. Like, you got the police union, you got the firefighters union, you got the carpenters union, electrician union. Like, there are unions who will endorse candidates, and they will tell their people, this is who we've endorsed because we believe in this person. And that's for the people who don't care to sift through everybody. But okay, I know when I see that name to vote for that because that's who we've endorsed.
Right.
So we as a community need to start identifying candidates that we endorse instead of letting other people tell us. We need to start learning our candidates, understanding our candidates, and endorsing our own candidates and letting people know this is who stands for us. So we need to be interviewing these people. We need to be going to their functions. We need to be watching their social media. So everybody has a job to do is be diligent. You know what I mean? It's to be diligent, to educate yourself. To, again, speak up at the meetings, to go to the rallies and the protests, to support one another, to love one another, to take care of yourselves so that you continue to fight. Register to vote.
Please.
Come out and vote. If you don't have transportation, there is an organization that will provide transportation for you. I'm going to share it on my Facebook. But yeah. So in the meantime, that's what we're doing. And then, because I'm going to be going live as different information coming. Like, it's different things going on. And the phone calls that I'll be receiving, the information I'll be receiving. So I'm going to continue to be active on social media. I'll make my short posts, make my long posts. My Justice for Cello posts. I'm sure everybody else who has been will. I'm not sure if she still has them, but Shateria Franklin was yard signs.
Yes.
Somebody said invite the candidates to the podcast. Hey.
Hey.
I know I did. I'm just crazy because they said Daria wanted to come back on mine when I was running my podcast.
Yeah.
I had some candidates on there, so I do know that some would be open too.
Okay.
So that was a good suggestion. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
You know the rule of media. if you have airtime for one candidate on one side, you got to offer equal opportunity to the other. So we could end up having a couple different people on here.
That's crazy. I didn't know that was a rule. I was just inviting my friends. Me and my friends talking.
Yeah, that's a part of the media rule. So say Erie News Now. So say they do an interview with Mirsky. She's running for judge, right? They would have to then contact her opponent
and opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's just part of it because you don't want it to be slanted. Everything has to be balanced. It has to be equal, and this
yeah.
would be no different.
Oh yeah, yeah. That'd
Opportunity.
be a great
So
idea.
that's something we could do. Hey, I want to mention this too because I don't have this issue down here because I'm in Tampa, but I know what happens in Erie, Pennsylvania in October. The weather changes, right? Y'all gonna have some snow pretty soon, right? We're in day 88. When we hit day 108, there's gonna be some white stuff on the ground. But yet, I know we're still gonna be having some protests if we don't have justice yet, right? So start preparing now. Get your winter clothes out now. Get your boots out, get your gloves, get your coats ready. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop going to these meetings. We're going to be heard. We're going to be vocal. And we need everybody's support. We got a number of people watching us right now, and hopefully our viewers continue to grow. But we cannot do it without your assistance, without your support, and without you being there physically. Even if you don't say something, come down, hold a sign, just say Justice for Cello. That is appreciated. So winter months are coming ahead, and it gets cold in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Listen,
And
man, I can't wait for the winter. I don't know about protesting. I don't know if people are protesting. I'll be out there though. Like when it snow,
yeah,
I got a big old snow. I probably need a smaller one. But
yeah.
if you look at one of them city council meetings, I'm down there in a snowsuit, like with the overalls on. So like,
By
if
any
they
means
like, oh,
necessary.
Deontay ain't gonna come down here in the wintertime. Like it's trucks outside. I ain't worried about transportation getting to and from. I ain't never been afraid to shovel no snow, walk in no snow. I still put bags over my feet when I put my boots on.
Old
I
school.
mean, I buy strong shovels, snow blow. I ride around in my car with salt and kitty litter and a case
Yes.
of water and some
Yes.
blankets, and I keep the shovel in my back seat.
Oh
I'm a
man.
rescue warrior in the snow, so man. So
Yeah.
I hope to God nobody's thinking the snow gonna slow these guys down.
Nope.
I know one person that the snow ain't gonna stop. I tell you that for a fact. I'll be out here like the old dude on Home Alone, the first one with the trash can full of snow, I'll be out here like man, me and my neighbor be out here
Yeah.
shoveling and everything. So I
Yeah.
hope they don't think that the snow gonna stop anything.
Well, that's why we talking about it right now, man. For those people that think we going away, we ain't going away. If you all know us and y'all know what we all about, all y'all people that's watching us right now, you know we ain't going anywhere until justice is served, man. And that's just what we do. We are here. We are boots on the ground, by any means necessary, and however we can do it. That is exactly what we're gonna do until we get justice for Cello. D, any parting words before we let the people go?
Yeah, man. What I do want to say is, and I know I said this a little bit earlier in this show, but again, I want to send a huge shout out to all of the women
Yeah.
who have been rocking with us, man. Like it's a core of women, a core group of women who've been showing up,
Yeah.
who've been talking,
Yeah.
who've been holding signs, making signs, wearing t-shirts. So again, like kudos to all of the ladies. Like I appreciate all of y'all for being there. Y'all been the strength of us pushing forward. Y'all been keeping the messages consistent, you know. So I truly appreciate that. I love that. Thank you, ladies. Again, I'm gonna continue to say that because it's like it's important. And I know a
Yeah.
lot of them, well, I ain't gonna say I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of them feel like this is a lot of pressure for them because a man was shot and killed. And I don't think that people understand that that's what we talking about. Like somebody was killed,
Yeah.
somebody died here. So it's people who are uncomfortable to talk about this subject. It's people who are uncomfortable, don't want to talk about the situation, all the way up to our elected officials. But what I do know is there is a group of solid, strong women
Yes.
show up every single time, and that's publicly,
Yeah.
who are on social media with it, privately, who even send support and send love and make sure, you know what I mean, to have those conversations because I know Malcolm wife got to be tired of this. You know what I mean? And I know everybody who got something going on. I know it's a lot, and it's a woman and it's women that's somewhere that's like making sure that they keeping this strong and keeping it solid. So again, and this, I wanted to make sure I made mention of that because I think that that's going unrecognized and unacknowledged, and I wanted to shed light on that. And then on top of that, as far as the fellas, like what I would like for them to know is like we need y'all to come out because these ladies is expecting us to do so.
Yep.
And they showing us that they have our backs. And they keep coming forward for us, and we need to stand. Like again, this was one of our brothers who was shot and killed. This wasn't a woman who was shot and killed. This wasn't a lady who was shot and killed. This was one of our brothers. So it comes a point in time when, like, we need to step up for our bro and show these ladies like we can move like how they moving, and everybody don't gotta move in the same fashion. Like it's a bunch of ways to get to justice. So even if it's people like, well, I don't want to step with y'all because I don't like how y'all moving. I would just suggest that they do something because the ladies is stepping in so many different directions, but they stepping up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, this is not no shot to nobody, I guess. No, I know this is a challenge to the men, and I'm not even going to say who live in Erie because you all the way in Tampa.
Right.
The challenge to the men who are sitting back and seeing this go on, and the challenge to all the men who know that this is happening, we just ask that you make some more noise. We ask that you join us like the ladies. You know what I mean? We ask that you share it. Like, again, we're not telling everybody to speak. I'm not telling everybody to come to. That's my route.
Yeah.
Going to a public meeting. That's my route. Social media might be somebody else's route. You know what I mean? Making flyers might be somebody else's route. Somebody might be a DJ and might be able to just Justice for Cello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every couple of songs. You know what I mean? There's people who play music, cover bands. You know what I mean? Justice for Cello before you start performing. And this is specifically for men. Like, when I go to church, man, Pastor Cook makes sure he let that be known, bro. That's another reason why I love him, man. He keep it real. So, again, there are men who need to be speaking up and stepping up just as loud and strong as some of these ladies and not quietly because the ladies ain't being quiet. So, that's what I was saying. That's no shot, no knock at anybody. Like, I love my community. I love my people. I'm proud of everybody who does something, who gets involved. And I would like to see more people. So that's my challenge for you all this week is that we need more men getting involved in talking about Justice for Cello, whatever that looks like to you. Come to a meeting, share a post, scream, throw a rock. I don't care what you do, bro. Just activate and get involved, please.
Yep. I agree 100%. Fellas, let's do our part, man. Let's step up. Let's do whatever it is that we can do to show that we support this family and we are supporting Justice for Cello. We got a couple things going on this Wednesday morning. We got the city council meeting this Saturday, October 4th on 21st and Parade at noon. We have a peaceful protest. Come on out there. October 18th, I'll be doing a national protest day here down in Tampa. I'll be speaking about Marcello Woodard down here, man, putting him nationwide, at least down here in the 813, close to the 814 and 813. That's how close it is, man. So, D, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the kind words. Everybody, please follow us on YouTube channel. It is Etcetera with the Woodards. Subscribe, share, like, do all those fun things, man. And we're going to have some fun going forward. I like the whole thing about putting the link in the comments. We're going to see what people got to say. We're going to start that out next week. D, how about a special podcast maybe Thursday night around 8:15?
Thursday, we have to go a little bit 8:30. I got to meet at 8 on Thursday, yeah.
Okay, we could do 8:30. We'll do it 8:30 on Thursday night. Do kind of a recap of the city council meeting deal, bring us up to speed on that, and then we'll be able to talk about the peaceful protest coming up this Saturday. For Deontay Cooley, I'm Craig Woodard. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you guys on Thursday.